Hey everybody, Riot Mort here with the patch 12.10 rundown, joined by Riot Kent as usual. And we did it. This is the final patch of Gizmos and Gadgets and Neon Knights. That's it. We're done. Next patch is Dragonlands. We made it, Kent.
Hype Dragonlands, but also hype last patch, most balanced patch of the set, right, Mort?
I mean, hopefully everybody finishes their climb off. Still playing with those eggs, but for this patch, you're not going to expect a lot. Obviously, we're like waist deep or neck deep in Dragonlands work. I mean, Kent and I had like a 4-hour meeting on augments today,
Yep.
So, but we did want to make a few changes just to kind of course correct from the craziness of 12.9. Just a few small things to wrap us up. We didn't want to leave the live patch hanging. So a few small changes. That's about it. Shall we dive right in?
Yep, let's go.
Great. All right, on the trait side, Arcanist. Arcanist is one of the two comps that really, I guess one of three, that was really underperforming this patch. Part of this was due to Enchanter, part of this is just due to the Arcanist falling off a little bit. So we're buffing the 6 and 8 Arcanist vertical.
Yep, we brought everything else up. We didn't bring Arcanist up last patch, so we're giving just a little bit of love so that we can Arcanist have a place in the meta for the last patch.
Yep. Hextech is the other one, same regard. Hextech 4, 6, and 8 basically fallen off the map a little bit. Gonna try to buff their shields just a little bit. I'll be honest, I think I could have swung harder here, but we really didn't want to shift things crazily on the last patch. So Hextech hopefully should be a little bit better as a vertical.
Yep.
And then Twin Shot was the last one of the three that really were underperforming in 12.9. So it gets its little bit of a buff back at 4 and 5. It gets extra AD. And then at 4 specifically, we're letting it proc just a little bit more often. Shouldn't make a massive difference, but hopefully this might bring some revival of those Gangplank Lucian comps that we used to see. So hopefully those kind of come back.
I am afraid of the Gangplank comps coming back, Mort.
Why do you always hate Gangplank, man?
I love that unit, but he's gonna be strong. He's gonna be strong.
He'll be fine. All right, Innovator. Innovator, like I said in the patch postmortem, I felt like was one of our little blunders. We nerfed it a bit, but didn't quite nerf it enough with the extra availability with the egg. Since the egg will still be around, we're taking time to nerf every piece 3, 5, and 7 just a little bit, so that maybe Innovator isn't quite the easiest thing in the world to play every game.
Yep, it's a little bit of a nerf on the 3-piece and the 5-piece, but bigger nerf on the 7-piece because it's a lot easier to access now and it's really strong. So making sure to bring that down.
And then finally, Yordle. This is my last-ditch effort to see if Yordle can be a playable comp at high elo. It probably still won't be. Who am I to lie? But it's my last try.
Yeah, hopefully it opens up some great things like, blue buff Gnar or something like that, and see where that goes.
I just want to see a few Vigars and, challenger lobbies. That's all.
Yep. So. For the first time in 6.5, Vigar and challenger lobbies. That's not Hunter. He's the only one.
Yeah. Okay, on the champ side, 3 costs. We're jumping all the way to 3 costs right away. Just Echo 1. Echo 1 is a little overperforming, very powerful, gives that big attack speed buff to your team, does a good amount of damage. So we're just making the gap between 1 and 2 a little bigger, so that Echo 1 won't spike your comp quite as hard. He's already got great traits. If you get him to 2-star, though, you deserve it, and that's the power we want him at for 2-star.
Yep, nothing to add.
Okay, 4 cost. Draven, definitely the overperformer from last patch. We're pulling back on that 15 AD buff by 5. I think this will put Draven hopefully right where he should be. Kha'Zix is another one here, kind of the opposite. We took Draven's AD, giving it to Kha'Zix. And so Kha'Zix was kind of underperforming a bit. Hopefully this opens up some Kha'Zix builds. Go ahead, Kent.
Oh yeah, for Draven, we talked about it in the past, the post-mortem, if you want to go listen to that, but the combination of Draven buffs, Debonair buffs, he became a bit too strong, so just tuning back just a little bit.
Cool. Orianna, like I said, the putt was a little far, little bit missed the hole. Not too bad, though, so just nerfing the mana by 10, and then the 1-star shield just a little bit, not the 2-star, and then the damage just a tiny bit here. So hopefully this puts Orianna right where she should be. And again, kind of over course correct just a little bit there.
Yeah, after last patch with those massive buffs, she actually only ended up slightly strong. So we're tuning back just a little bit, especially at 1-star.
Yep. And then Renata was the biggest victim of the Morello nerf. Honestly, we missed not buffing her. We should have buffed her last patch. So this is making up for this by giving her a pretty big buff, actually. I know it's only like 40 to 50, but if you think about it, at 1 star, that is 20% more damage from her spell. That's a pretty big buff. So hopefully this makes up for the fact that Morello got a lot weaker.
Yeah, and hopefully this encourages some like other types of builds if you want to put like Death Cap instead of Morello and see where that takes you, that kind of thing.
Yep. On the 5-cost side, Enchanters were definitely a good comp here. So all we wanted to do here was Victor was always kind of meant to be that anti-shield a little bit. So we're going to let Arcanist hopefully do pretty well, maybe against some of those shields, and buffing Victor's bonus damage to shields. That's it. So maybe Victor can tear through a little bit more as a possible option here.
Yep.
Cool. On the small side, Bodyguard 8, the Exodia that won Worlds. With the eggs, it's a little too common to get, so we're just bringing that down a tiny bit. Colossus 3, fun, but could be a little more powerful, so just giving it an extra 288 HP, nothing crazy. Enforcer 5, same thing, was fun, just undershot a little bit, so giving it some extra attack speed. And then finally, Scholar 6. We proved that with everything buffed, Scholar 4 at 15 was fine. Scholar 6 kind of underperforming a little bit, though. Part of it's the champs we know, but if you get some good augments, we want you to be tempted by it. So buffing Scholar 6.
Yeah, Bodyguard, when you see a Bodyguard emblem right now from the tome, you're like super hyped, getting hit that 8 Bodyguard, but it's a little bit too invincible, so making sure to bring that down. And then Colossus and Enforcer, these new like chase traits, want to see a little bit more play for them because they're just super hype.
Have you seen a first aid kit 8 Bodyguard yet? Because, ow.
Yeah, your damage chart looks like 0, 0, 0, 0 because you just got to chew through the shields before you deal any damage.
Yeah. All right, on the champ side, Ari is another one we're just giving a little love here. And before you say it, I can already hear what you're thinking. They're buffing Arcanists and Ari and Victor. Oh my god, it's going to be an Arcanist meta. No, it won't. But small buff for Ari. She should be just a little bit better. And then Aurelia, just the tiniest nudge on her spell. Again, right now she's like low B tier. Hopefully this bumps her up to high B tier is the hope. But just a small little love for Aurelia.
Yeah, the buff to Aurelia is really small, so we're not planning to see another Aurelia meta, but just bring her up a little bit. And the Ari buffs is also just, if you look at the numbers, it's like really small. So like in conjunction with the Arcanist change, it should bring Arcanists back into the meta, but not like make them crazy OP.
Yep. All right. That's it. That's the whole patch. That's the whole thing. Like I said, small patch, not really touching augments, not really touching items. Those will get touched a lot. Promise you that. So hopefully this is a good final patch for those of you that like to play on live and want to keep climbing. Hopefully this feels like a good meta. But yeah, that's it. That's it for Gizmos and Gadgets. I think it'll go down as one of our best sets. I think it and Fates are the two that are in contention for the top right now, I think.
Yeah, these two sets, like from the units to the traits to the themes to the set mechanics, everything's just like great.
Yeah.
And even like this patch, ending it kind of on a bang with the eggs. Players get 2 patches to play with it. So, if you're going for that climb, you really have like another patch. You have a patch like now you're used to the eggs and you're used to how to play around them. So, you can hit your goals for the end of the patch.
Yep. And that's it. You're seeing this on Sunday. Monday's tomorrow, Tuesday's the day after, Tuesday's PBE. It's coming. Dragonlands is coming. And I gotta tell you, there is so much in there. There's the champs, there's the traits, there's the augments, there's the dragon treasures, there's the dragon. Oh my god, this set is gonna kill us, Kent.
It's real exciting. I can't wait to talk about it once we have info out. But I've been kind of like buried, and more also actually we've been like buried in Dragonland's world, and it's been a lot of fun. There's a lot of content coming.
Yeah, I think the craziest thing to me is we did the influencer playtest last week, and players have been playing them. But like the amount of changes we made since they saw it is staggering. They had like a quarter of your augment work.
Yeah. After they got the preview of everything, they got to play, and then we had like big discussions about where we should go with certain directions, big changes to be made, and then
I think some of it was just we were already there and we are just kind of running late. This is like a lot to do, but
there were a lot of changes, and so implementation also took like a long time. So yeah. But
all right, well, I guess let's close with one last thing. What is between Gizmos and Gadgets and Neon Knights? If you can think of one moment, what was your favorite?
Ooh, okay. Why don't you go first, Mort?
Okay, it's hard because I have a lot of them, but I think my favorite has to be the reaction on stream when I fed the Kha'Zix 3 to the Tom Kench 3 on stream, and then we had the Tom Kench 3 just eating for like 890,000 because it had Thieves Gloves and it rolled Jeweled Gauntlet that round. And it was like 3 Socialite Tom Kench 3 doing craziness. And then I posted it on stream and like didn't spoil it, or on YouTube and didn't spoil it. Like, I don't know, that's probably my favorite game. That or the one I got to Challenger, but one of the two.
Damn, Tom Kench 3 ended up being so much fun.
Yeah, your 20x buff worked out really well.
Yeah, it was risky, but yeah, I'm glad that worked out really well.
Yep.
I think my favorite moment, I don't think there's like a specific favorite moment, but I think it's related to Double Up, where like we got to see some wild plays and players just having a lot of fun with Double Up. I don't know. I saw a lot of like 3-star 5-cost clips and like players sending each other things, and just watching them go is like so funny. We had a couple too when we played Double Up together.
True,
We had like
true.
the 3-star Jace. I had like a 2-star Yone, 2-star Fiora, 3-star Yone, 3-star Fiora at one point. These are all fun games.
Yep. Nice. All right. Well, that's it for Gizmos and Gadgets. Hopefully you enjoy the last patch, 12.10. 12.11 will be our 7th set, Dragonlands. So, yeah. On behalf of the entire team, that's going to do it from us. Take it easy.